Greetings and salutations, folks. We are back with week 3, chapter 3 of inbound marketing. This chapter is called Are You Worthy? Now, in this chapter, they talk about how you need to get away from the advertising model of things and get found when people are actually intending on finding something relative to what it is you're actually trying to sell. So they say stop interrupting people and be remarkable. And they really talk about creating a remarkable strategy. Now, there's 2 ways to do this, but essentially they say watch your competitors, but don't follow them. And there's 2 ways that they talk about how you can have a remarkable strategy. One is to think across the traditional boundaries to alternatives. So the example they use is the Apple iPod. And if you remember MP3 players before the Apple iPod, they were pretty terrible. They needed to be very technical and you didn't really understand how to put the music on there, and they only held about 30 minutes of music. But what Apple did was change the game, and they made their iPod very, easy to use, had tons of capacity for music, and then they built, iTunes to go with that to make sure that it was real easy for you to get the music, and they created a remarkable product. Now, the other way to do this is to specialize. So they say be the best at what you do within the rules. So rather than trying to be the guy that's selling, the best right-handed monkey wrench, which is the example they use, specialize and focus on being the guy that sells the best left-handed monkey wrench. So the purpose of that is to not compete with everybody, just compete with a smaller subset of people and be the best at that. And they use the Grateful Dead as an example of inbound in action here. They talked about how they went for that niche audience and they went against the grain. So tons of artists don't really like to tour because it's seen as something you have to do when they put a record out. Instead of that, Grateful Dead actually went after touring aggressively and created an experience that they couldn't put on a record. And as such, they were able to build a devout fan base that basically followed them all over the world to all their shows. And the main focus of all of this is rather than expand, you should think to specialize. So don't compete with everybody in the world. Instead, compete with a smaller set of people. Now, what their to-dos are for the end of this chapter are buy Space by the Grateful Dead on iTunes. I've never heard of the Grateful Dead, so I can't really co-sign that. And answer the question, what are we the world's best at? And if it's nothing, then you need to re-strategize. And when it comes to content and marketing in general, that's what I challenge my clients to do. I ask them, do you deserve to rank for this keyword? Do you have the content to support that? And it's a hard question because they just want to rank because it's a business goal or what have you. But really, to have sustained success, you need to focus on what it is that you are actually the best at. So that does it for this chapter. I'll see you next Tuesday for chapter 4. Signing off.